Hello everyone, this is Paper 1 Non-Calculator Base, Cambridge O-Level, Variant 1-2, October-November 2025. Now this is the formula sheet and question number 1. Calculators must not be used in this paper. Now Ruth record color of each of 24 cars, red, blue, silver, silver, so on. So we have to complete the frequency table. So you may use the tally column to help you. Now what we have to do basically here, we will be counting the number of blue first because it's written blue. So let's start counting blue. 1, 2, and then this is third blue, and the total blue, fourth blue, and 5 blue. So there are total 5 blues. So the frequency is 5. And you can even mention the tally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what's gray? Let's count gray. To change the color also to gray so we can not forget about it. So gray and silver are different, so we have to count gray first. So this is gray 1 and gray 2. Let's count it from the first line, the second line, gray, and this is all gray. So 1, 2, 3, and the frequency is 3. Now we will talk about red. So I'm going to change the color also. And the red, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 6 total red. So we can go for the tally chart also. And here we will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 is 6. Now we go to the silver. So the silver will be, okay, to change it from gray, I'm writing silver 1, silver 2, then silver 3, silver 4, then silver 5, silver 6, silver 7, silver 8. So there are total 8 silvers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are total 8 silvers. Now what is left? That is white, so no need to color it. This is 1 white and this is 2 white. Nothing is left, so we are going to write 2 lines and this is the frequency completed. Now moving on to the next part of this question, which is the B part, and it says that we have to complete the bar chart to show the information above. So the frequency will be mentioned here and all the colors are already mentioned. So they have already mentioned the colors of blue, gray, red, silver, and white. So at first we know that this frequency is given. So we need to know what is the minimum and the maximum frequency. So first let me see that what is the minimum frequency? The minimum frequency is 2. And what is the maximum frequency? The maximum frequency is 8. So it's better that if we started from suppose if we started from 0 till 8, because it's already written 0. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is how I wrote the numbers. Now I'm going to make the bars. The bars will be the very first bar for the blue is 5. So we are going to make a bar of 5. Now when we are making a bar, it's very important that we are going to make a bar with this point. Even they have mentioned the point here. So we are going to make a bar because it's a bar. So it's till 5 we are going to, and we will be using a proper ruler to make a bar. The bar should be very neat and tidy. The next bar about gray color, it's 3. So the number 3 will be till 3. So the next bar will be 3. They have already mentioned, although this bar graph is just very similar because they already mentioned that we have to convert a bar chart. But the bars are made just like histogram. Okay, now this red color is for 6. So till 6 we have to move on. And we are making a bar for the red color. For the silver, we know that we have counted the numbers as 8. So we are moving till 8. This bar will be till 8. And for the white, we have to draw the line only for 2. So the bars are made. It's up to us if we want to make any pattern or any different types of colors. Otherwise, the bar is done. Now, work out 0.78 minus 0.2. Now, it's very important since we are not using calculator, so the working should also be done here. So if we are subtracting 0.78 minus 0.2, it's necessary to put the decimal under decimal. Just to use the space here so I can do it properly. So I'm writing 0.78 minus 0.2. I'm going to put 0 myself, and then it will be 8 minus 0, which is 8, 7 minus 2, which is 5, and 0 under 0, so it's 0.58. The next is 8 5s are 40, and minus minus is plus, so it will be plus 40. So here it's only 40, because when we multiply, it's plus 40. Okay, moving on to question number 3. It's a parallelogram, and it's mentioned that the point E is on AB, and EC is equals to BC. This EC and BC, they are equal, so this is kind of an isosceles triangle, we can say. Okay, now this is given as 40, so it means that since it's an isosceles triangle, so we may write that these two angles must be equal. So this angle and this angle will be equal since it's a triangle. So in the triangle, if we talk about the triangle ECB, we know that the sum of the angles of the triangle is equals to 180. So we may write any variable to represent, because it's already written x here, so I'm not using x because we have to find the value of x eventually. So I'm finding the value of a plus 40 should be equals to 180, because sum of the angles of the triangle should be equals to 180. So 2a plus 40 equals to 180. Now 2a is equals to 180 minus 40, and which is 140. And students, you better know that it's a is equals to 140 divided by 2. So that's 70. Now this one is 70 here. So it means this is 70 and this is 70. So we may write this is 70 and this is 70. Now on this straight line, we know that this is 60 and this is 70. On a straight line, if we look at this angle, since it's an angle, and then we can say that this is a parallelogram. In the parallelogram, we know that there are so many properties we can use, like for this A should be equals to this angle because the opposite angles are equal. So let's see that which property we can use. The other property could be that all the, angles of if we combine all the angles, they should be equals to 360. So what we are going to do, if we look at the straight line, and if we find out this angle by adding all the angles of 60 plus 70, so this can be like, this can be 60 plus 70, and then we can find out. But what happens that if I know that this is a parallelogram, so this line and this line is parallel. So to find this one, I can say that this one is 70. So this one should also be 70. Okay. And now 70 plus 40. And now BEC, now this angle, because BEC angle is equals to ECD angle, because we know that these are the alternate angles of the two parallel lines. Just put it here. This is equal to 70. Now they are alternate angles, so this A and this A will be equal. At this point, we know that the angle, this angle plus 60 plus this angle, because if we calculate the angle, we know we will eventually get this angle. We want to calculate actually this angle. So I'm changing the color. At first, I'm going to write here this one. Okay. So I'm going to write that I want to calculate this angle. We know that the sum of the angles of the triangle is equals to 180. So if I add 60 plus 70, so I will write in triangle EDC. So I'm talking about EDC triangle, and I'm going to add 60 plus 70 plus this angle, which is EDC. EDC should be equals to 180 because sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. Now at this point of time, 60 plus 70 is 130. So I'm going to shift directly to this side. So EDC, because I have a very little space, so I'm subtracting 180 minus 130, which is actually, I added 60 plus 30 is 130. And if it's added, so it has gone to the other side, it is subtracted. So I may say that EDC is equals to, if we subtract, because I have to use the rougher column, we are unable to use the calculator. So it's 0. 8 minus 3 is 5. So the angle is 50. Now this point of time, we know that this is 50. We already talked about this angle, that in the parallelogram, this whole angle is actually equals to this angle, because the property of the parallelogram is that the opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. So I use the property, so I will subtract, because this was 70. Previously we have found. So 70 minus 50 is actually equals to x. So I'm going to subtract. And finally, we will write x is equals to 70 minus 50, which is equals to 20. So the final answer for this one is 20. Okay, now moving on to this question. Petra thinks of a number. The number is a multiple of 7. Okay, the multiple of 7s are unlimited, but there is a condition. When I write my number, it correct to the nearest 10, it is 30. So it means that if I have to write all the numbers of the multiples of 7, so first I'm going to write 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 threes are 21, 7 fours are 28, 7 fives are 35. So I have to, keep revolving around these two numbers, because 28 and 35 are those two numbers which are closer to 30. But when I correct to the nearest tens, suppose if I correct this 35 to nearest tens, it will be corrected to 40. So we cannot take this. But if I correct this 28 and this 2, if we see that what is at the tens place, it's 2. So if we look at it, it will become 30. So the number that Petra thinks of, it's 28. Hopefully it's clear to everyone. Now moving on to this question, write these numbers in order of the size starting from the smallest. For this strategy, we always have to look for the same kind of number. If they are in percentage, try to keep all the numbers in percentage. If they are in fraction, try to keep them in fraction. So again, the better strategy is to keep the numbers in decimal, because this is already in decimal. We may keep this number in a very simple way. It's in decimal. So 84.55, I'm converting this into decimal by removing the percentage. It will be 85 by 100. And we know that when we are dividing it by 100, we are shifting the decimal backward. So this number is 0.845. Okay, this is 0.845. This is 0.8. Let's divide this 7 by 9 and convert this into decimal. I'm using, rougher column. I'm not using calculator. So you understand that while doing the papers at home also, you need to use rougher column, draw the proper rougher column here, and then solve all the questions without using calculator in practice. So 9, we cannot divide it. So first we have to put the decimal. And we know that 9 sevens are 63. So 63. So if we subtract it, it's 7 again. Again, because of this decimal, we can directly put 0. So 9 sevens are 63. So it will continue because it is a repetitive number. So it will be 0.777 and so on. And then 17 by 20. So let's divide 17 by 20 also. So I'm going to use the same portion of my paper, and I'm dividing this, and that is 17 inside and 20 outside. So since we cannot divide it, so again we have to put decimal here. And for this, what we are going to do, we will be dividing this by, okay. So what we are going to do, it's 24s are 80, 25s are, so we know that 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 12, 2 7s are 14, 2 8s are 16. So if I go for 2 8s are 16, so 28s are 160. So it will be 10. And we have already put the decimal, so I can directly put 0. So 25s are 100. So it's 0.85. Now, this is 0.85. This is 0.845. This is 0.77. And this is 0.8. First of all, we have to see that 0.8, this 0.77, this is the smallest number. So we will be putting 7 by 9 as a fraction here, the smallest. Then comes 0.8, because 0.8 means 0.80. If I compare it with this one, this is 5 and this is 0. So this will be smaller. So I'm going to put 0.8 here. Then if I look at these two numbers, if I compare these two, it has 4 in the second decimal place and it has 5 in the second decimal place. So this number is smaller than this number. So we have to put 84.5% here, because students may get confused and say that if there are 3 decimal places, so they may write this one is bigger number. No, we have to compare decimal by decimal. So after comparing decimal by decimal, and then last is left, this is 17 by 20. So the strategy is work for us. Now this one is solve 6x minus 3 equals 2. So I'm going to shift the 6x minus 4x is equals to 9 plus 3. Very simple question. 2x is equals to 12. And at this point, x is equals to 12 divided by 2, which is x is equals to 6. Okay. Now looking at this one, write down the inequality to represent this on a number line, which is already represented on a number line. Since the circle is not color, so we will write the circle is not colored. It means that we're going to write x is greater than, because this direction is on the right side. You may write that the right side direction is for greater than, and for the left side direction is for less than. So since it's greater than the right side direction, so we are going to write x is greater than 3. And we are not going to put x is greater than or equals to, because the circle is not colored. If the circle was colored, we had to color the circle. Now we are solving this. So x is less than 7 plus 2. We are not drawing it on a number line. So it's just simple. X is less than 9. So this is the answer for this one. They even did not ask us to draw it and plot it on a number line. Now look at this. These are the two numbers. If I just zoom out, write down the coordinates of the point A. We can say the coordinates of the point A, because it has -2 as x-axis and +1. So the coordinate of point A will be -2, comma, +1. So this is the -2, comma 1. Now they say that the coordinates of the point C are P, comma, -1. So P, comma, -1 means that this may lie anywhere here. And the gradient of the line BC is -2. Now we do not know that where it is actually lying over here. But the gradient means that they must be, this -2 direction is showing us that the gradient of the line, since it's -2, so we have an idea that the line will be in this direction, because this is the negative side of direction, but we have to actually check it. So what we are going to do, first we are going to see what are the coordinates of B. So coordinates of B are +4 and +3. And the coordinates of C, because the C they have already given, that is P, comma, -1. So we are going to use the formula for the gradient, which is gradient is equals to, we know that the formula for the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we are going to replace this m with -2. So we're going to put -2. y2 is -1, comma, -3. So I'm going to write -1, -3. I'm using this -1, and minus is the formula 1, and then over p minus 4. So p minus 4. Now what we have to do, we are going to simplify this. So -2 is equals to -4 over p minus 4. At this stage, we are going to shift this to this side. So it will be, I may directly simplify it, or I just use p minus 4 is equals to -4 divided by -2. I use the strategy to first simplify it. So it's 2. So I can write p minus 4 is equals to +2. Minus minus becomes, because it was -2. The other strategy is you could take it to the side, expand it with -2, and then solve it. That would also be the same way. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So p is equals to 6. So basically, we saw that when we were finding the coordinates of the point C, so the coordinates of the point C is 6, comma, -1. So it means that this will be 6, comma, -1 is here. And if we draw, and previously I told you that the direction of the negative side is always this way. So this is also proved. Now this question, they say that AB and BC are the two sides of the parallelogram. Okay, so we're going to plot the C here. And we have to know that what is the, and this is a parallelogram. So C is already known. This is C, this is B. Now AB and this is BC, this is C. And we wanted to know what is D actually. The D is not known here. But since it's a parallelogram, so this distance should be equals to this distance. Similarly, this distance should be equals to this distance. So what we can do, because if we look at the distance, and we may find out the distance between these two. So if I look at the distances, what we are going to do is, so the thing is that we have to find out the coordinates of t. By looking at it, it means that the distance between this AB and some DC should be equals, the distance of BC and AB should be equal. For this, we have to check how much is the distance of A and B. So if I look here, I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is 6 point here and 1 and 2. So it means 6 distance to the right and 2 distance above. So same, I have to go left side pay. On this left side, I have to move on to the 6 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because it was going up, so we have to move down. So this will be the point. Now this means that we are talking about this point. So it will be this point. So I'm going to erase this and it will be this point. So this is going to be the D point and the coordinates of the D will be, we can say it's 0, comma, minus 3. So we can write it here. It's 0, comma, minus 3. Hope it's clear. Okay. So the next is that Sarah has a bag containing 60 red counters, 60 red counters, 72 blue counters, and then 36 green counters. Find the ratio of the red counters to the blue counters to the green counters in the bag, and then in the ratio in the simplest form. So first, because it's written red, so we have to write red, ratio blue, ratio green, and red has 60, blue has 72, and green is 36. So let's simplify it, and we will get, we know if we keep on dividing it by a number, a simple number, we can start it with even 2. So 2 times 30, 2 times 36, and 2 times 18. Again, simplify. If we keep on simplifying it, we know that, and even we can directly divide it by 6. 6 5s are 30, 6 6 are 36, and 6 3s are 18. So the final answer is 5 ratio 6 ratio 3. Okay, Sunil has a bag containing yellow counters and white counters. The ratio of the yellow to the white counter is given. There are 18 more white counters than yellow counters. Work out the number of yellow counters and the number of white counters. So this is what we have to do. First, we have to look at the yellow counters and white counters. Yellow ratio white. So we have yellow counters as 5 and we have 18. This is the ratio. Basically, this is given as the ratio. Now they say that there are 18 more. So if we talk about which are 18 more? 18 more white counters. So in the white counter, we have to write, because we do not know how many are yellow counters. So suppose we can say this is X. So this will be X plus 18. This is the value. And because we have to work out and we have to understand, so we can use the formula for the direct proportion. So we can take a cross multiplication. So we can write 5 times X plus 18 equals to 8x. So 5 times x plus 5 times 18, which is 90. You may use the rougher column again. So 5 times 18 is 90. So I mistakenly write right here. So it's going to be 90 is equals to 8x. So I'm going to shift this to the side. So 8x minus 5x is equals to 90. At this point of time, 3x is equals to 90. So the value of x is 30. If x is 30, then obviously x was yellow counters, and then 30 plus 18, which is 48. So 48 were white counters. Okay. Now work out 1 whole 2 by 5 divided by 3 by 10 and give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. So first of all, we have to convert this into improper fractions. So 5 ones are 5 plus 2, 7 by 5 divided by 3 by 10. So we are going to convert the divide into multiplication and taking the reciprocal of the second fraction, that's 10 by 3. We know that we can simplify. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. So 2 sevens are 14 over 3. And we can simplify. We cannot simplify, so we will be finding the mixed number. So 3 4s are 12. So it's 4 minus 2 is 2. So we have a mixed number as the final answer is 4 whole 2 by 3. You may confirm all the answers using the answer key as well, because this is the answer key, and you see that the answer key has also, till here we have done till here. Okay. Now moving on to this question, in which the shape A and shape B are drawn on the grid. And what we have to do, we have to describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B. Okay. So shape A and shape B are exactly of the same, shape. There is no, simple, we can say that it's exactly equal to this one. So it means that it must be a translation, because in translation, we just shift the shape from one place to another place. So we have to see how much we have replaced it. So for this, we have to count this point and this point, that what is the shift. So we will move on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times to the left. So on the left side, we know that it's minus 5, translation upon, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, negative 4, because when we are moving down, it's negative. Always remember, if we move to the right side, the x is always positive. If we move on the left side, the x is negative. And if we go upward, the y is positive. If we go downward, the y is negative. So this is how we have done it. Now they say draw an image of the shape A after the rotation of 90-degree clockwise. Okay, 90-degree clockwise has a rule. We all remember that the rule is that if we are rotating 90-degree clockwise, so then xy is shifted to y comma minus x. So you have to learn the rules. And for that, you know that we have to check the shape A, the coordinates of the shape A. Let's write the coordinates of the shape A. So first I'm going to write the coordinates. So it's 1, comma 2. So here it is. It's 1, the 1, comma 2. So it's 1, comma 2. This point is 3, comma 2. This point is 2, comma 3. This point is 1, comma 3. So all the coordinates I'm going to write here. So what we are going to do, we are going to transform them. Now, after transforming, this will become, because we know that we are transforming as xy to y comma x. So it will be 2 comma minus 1. It will be 2 comma minus 3. Here it's 3 comma minus 2. Here it will be 3 comma minus 1. So we are going to shift this by sharing this. 2 comma minus 1 will be positive 2 comma minus 1 is here. Then we have 2 comma minus 3. So it's positive 2 comma minus 3. This is here. Then 3 comma minus 2. So 3 comma minus 2 is here. 3 comma minus 1 is here. So when we are going to draw the shape back again, this is the reflection. This is the 90-degree rotation. So we can write it is A prime, or the shape which is 90-degree rotated about the origin. Okay, so we can draw the shape. Moving on to this question, this has 2 fair spinners. And now we know that the Luca spins both spinners and adds the 2 numbers to find the score. So what we have to do, we have to find out the sample space first by taking this possibility diagram. Now we have, some of them are already done. So let's complete this. 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 6 is 7, 1 plus 8 is, 9. We'll write 9 here. And then 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 6, 7, 1 plus 8, 9, 3 plus 2, 5, 3 plus 4, 7, 3 plus 6, 9, 3 plus 8, 11. So rest of them are already completed. We can see this one. Now at this point, we are going to, because first thing is to complete the problem. Find the probability that Luca's score is greater than 10. Let's count the greater than 10 numbers. So I'm going to see greater than 10 number are this one, then this one, and then this one. These are the three numbers which are greater than 10. So we will be writing that Luca's numbers which are greater than 10 are only 3 divided by the total. First, we know that what is the total? What is n of s? It should be the first priority to get the total sample space. We know that 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 fours are 16. So the total is 16. N of s is 16. So when we are finding the probability of greater than 10 is 3 by 16. We cannot simplify it, so it's 3 by 16. Moving on to Luca spins the spinner twice. He now multiplies the two numbers to find his score. Find the probability that his score is greater than 30. Now we know that because now he's going to multiply. Since in this question they have already given us so now we are going to draw the possibility diagram. First, we have to draw the possibility diagram of multiplication. And they say that in this possibility diagram, what we have to do, we have to see that he is going to multiply the spinner A twice. So it means the A spinner. So basically in the A spinner, we have to see that what are the numbers. So let me first, 1, 2, this will be multiplication here. So I'm going to write multiply here. So this is going to be 1, 2, and we can draw one more column. You may use proper ruler for that purpose. And this is going to be the multiplication side. Now here what we have to write, because in the spinner A, if we look at the spinner A, the spinner A has only the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. So we have to write these numbers twice. So I am going to write 2, 4, 6, 8 here. I'm going to write 2, 4, 6, 8 here. So I'm going to multiply. 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 6s are 12, 2 8s are 16. 4 2s are 8, 4 4s are 16, 4 6s are 24, 4 8s are 32. 6 2s are 12, 6 4s are 24, 6 6s are 36, 6 8s are 48. And then we have to find out 8 2s are 16, 8 4s are 32, 8 6 are 48, 8 8s are 64. This is the possibility diagram which is completed. Now, after completing the possibility diagram at this point of time, we have to find out the probability that his score is greater than 30. So greater than 30 score, let's find out. The greater than 30 score is 32, 36, 48, again 32, again 48, and 64. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are total 6 numbers which are greater than 30. So 6 and divided by total is 16. So we have to simplify it. 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16. So this is the final answer for this one. And we may say that they have given us in the answer key also. You can see the translation, the shape is made, the coordinates are given. You can see this one, 3 by 16, and even this is given 6 by 16. It's up to you whether you are going to simplify, but it's mandatory to write it in the first form of fraction. Okay, Thomas worked in a shop. He is paid $12 for each hour he works. He's also paid a bonus of 5% of the value of items he sells. One day, Thomas worked for 5 hours. So this is the condition that he is getting paid like this for these, simple conditions. One day, Thomas works for 5 hours. So this is the 1 day condition. So because we know that for 1 hour, for 1 hour payment, he's getting $12. $12 he's getting paid, and 5% bonus of the value. So because he's working 5 hours, so it means that he has to multiply 5 because he was working 5 hours. So 5 hours on that day. So we are going to multiply with 12. So the total amount he is getting on that day, because he was working 5 hours, straight 5 hours, so 5 12s are $60. So first we know that $60 he got. Now 5%, he is paid a total of $82. It means that how much is paid? This was $60, which was straight for 5 hours. So let's count it first that for the bonus, we have to actually calculate. So bonus means that first we are going to subtract this 60 from 82. So we are going to write 82 minus 60, which is actually $22. Now it means that this is the bonus. So we have to calculate that how much is the bonus, because we know that 5% of the value is actually the bonus. So we know that we do not know what is the value actually. So we will write 5% of the value is equals to the bonus, value of items. So is actually getting the bonus for that. And the bonus we have already recorded. This is 22. 5% means that 5 by 100 of the items that he has already sold. So we are going to calculate it. 5 by 10 will go to the other side and it will be multiplied and divided accordingly. So the value of items he sold items is equals to 22 times 100 by 5. Because 100 is divided here, on the other side it's multiplied. So 5 ones are 5, 5 20s are. So we multiply 20 with 22. So we get the value of items that he sold is $440. And on that he has gotten, the value of item was $440. So he got it. Moving on to the question number 14. Now, A, B, C, D are the points on the circle. Now, these are the points on the circle. E, F is the tangent to the circle at A. Now, this is the point at tangent. Angle BAF is 60. So, this is 60. And angle AOD is 80. Okay. So, find the angle BCD. So, we have to actually find out the angle BCD. This angle we have to find out. Now, at this point, what we are going to do, give a geometrical, and when we find the angle, we have to give the geometrical property also, because whenever we are doing any step, we should know that the steps have all the explanation regarding it. Okay. Now, according to this, because we know we have certain different properties, if you look at the property, this one, we know that this property says that this 80 degree is the double of this angle, which is going to be this angle. So if we want to know the angle at this point, so first we have to know that the angle at the center is the double or the twice of the angle which is at the arc of the same segment. So first we are going to write that angle which is at the center, angle at the center is double the angle at the circumference, double the angle at the circumference full property. If you want to write, you can write when they are on the same segment. So we can write it will be 40 here. So we can write that DCA, this is going to be, DCA is going to be 40. Or we can say ACT is 40. So I'm going to write 40 here. So angle ACD is 40 degree. This is, first we have calculated the angle at ACD. Now the alternate angle property, if we remember the alternate angle property, alternate segment, basically, theory. Now what it says that this angle 65, since it's at the tangent to the circle and the tangent angle is equal to this angle. So what we are going to do, we will be using this property, alternate segment theorem. So I'm going to write the alternate segment theorem here. This is going to be alternate segment theorem. And with this, we can say, since the angle over here is total 65, so this will be equal to 65. This complete, because it's going to be a complete, like over here till here. So over here till here, it's going to be 65. So ACD, this is going to be 65, this much, only this angle. Because it's the alternate angle, so this is going to be 65. At this point of time, we have to actually count the complete angle, this one. So we are going to add the two angles. First, we have to write here that angle ACB is 65. And the total angle, if you want to calculate DCB or BCD, whatever is written, so BCD will be equals to 60 plus 65 plus 40. So we are going to add them. 40 plus 65. So it will be added and it is equal to 105. 105. Okay. Now, students, this is the next question where the table is given for the equation y is equals to x cube minus 4x squared plus 12. Now, we have already given this complete table. Only one value is missing. So, we are going to put the value of 4 as in place of x. So, y is equals to 4 cube. This is positive 4 minus 4 times 4 square plus 12. 4 cube means 64 minus, again it will be 64 because 4 square is 64 multiplied by 4. Sorry, 4 square is 16 times 4 is equal to 64 plus 12. So 64 minus 64. So we only get 12. So the table will have 12 value. Now at this point of time, we have to draw the graph because all the values are very, obvious in front of us. I'm going to take the values. So the very first value is minus 2 and minus 12. So to change the color, and I'm going to draw. So that will be minus 2 and minus 12. So minus 2 is here and minus 12 is downward. So this is going to be the value. Minus 2 and minus 12. Then minus 1. For minus 1, it's positive 7. So minus 1, it's going to be positive 7. So 8 till 10, there are how many values? Now, let me clarify that after 8, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines and 2 numbers. So if we want to know that how many numbers are for these lines, first of all, we have to divide this 5 by 2, which is 2, the 5 lines and 2. So 2 divided by 5. So first I'm going to divide 2 by 5 to check that how many points are allocated for this. So I'm dividing 2 by 5 and I get 0.4. So it's 0.4 means that this is going to be 8.4. It's 8.8 and it's going to be 9.2. So basically what we are going to find out, suppose we had to actually go for the value 7. Actually, the value was 7 minus 1 comma 7. So I'm going to put 7. So 7 will be, obviously this is 6.4, 6.8, 7.2. So it's almost 7 will be here. So we can say this is 7. So if I'm going to plot the value, it will be almost here. So over here, it will be for minus 1. It's going to be over here. Next value is, let me check, 0, 12. So it's simply here. So I'm going to erase these. I wanted to explain these to you. That's why I put here. Then 1, 9. So we are going on to 1. And then for 1, it's going to be 9. So as we have already mentioned, 8.2, 8.4, 8.4, 8.8. And it's going to be 9 here, almost here. And then for 2, let's see, for the value 2, it's 4. So 2 has 4. So it's perfectly fine. This value is 4. And for 3, it's 3. So let's plot for 3. It's 3. So it's in between almost again. This will be here 3. And then for the value of 4, we have found the value as 12. So for the value of 4, again, we are going to put it like that. Now we have to join them and we have to make a proper graph. So very carefully, because again, when you are making a graph, the graph might be, not a proper turns, but you have to be very careful while making a graph. Because I am doing it in the soft copy, you will have on a proper pencil. So it's proper, the graph should be very proper, neat and tidy. My graph is although not very proper and tidy. Now at this point of time, they say use your graph to solve the equation. So we know that the equation is actually, we had the equation y is equals to x cube minus 4x squared plus 12. This is our equation basically. This was already given. Y is equals to x. Okay. So basically, I missed one of the question here, I think. Use your graph to solve the equation. Okay, just a second. Okay, I'm going to solve the question by looking at my graph. Now they say that for this, I'm going to see that by putting 0 in place of y, because here they have put 0. So I'm using this 0 here, which is equals to x cube minus 4x squared plus 12. Now what we have to do here, we have to check. Okay, so looking at this one, we know that we put y is equals to 0. So it means that first we have to check that this is going to be our graph. So for 0 means y is equals to 0 means that this is actually x-axis. So for the x-axis, if we look at the x-axis, our line is cutting because my line was not very proper. So it might be like in between -1 and -2, it might be -1.5, but it may vary because even they have given you the range. It can be from -1.7 to -1.3. So all answers will be acceptable. In my case, it's -1.5. Okay. Now moving on to this question, they say by drawing a suitable grid, line on the grid, we have to find the roots of the equation. Now roots of this equation, this is another equation. We had our equation y is equals to x cube minus 4x square plus 12. This is our equation. And this equation is x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 4. So if we, first we have to find out the commonality between them. So we said that this x is missing here. So what we are going to write, we will be writing our equation at first. We will be writing here y is equals to x cube minus 4x square plus, now we have to write minus 4x square plus, now this x is missing here, so we are just writing 0x because it's not here, plus 12 it was given. And here this equation says that this is 0. So I'm writing the 0 here, and x cube minus 4x square as it is plus x plus 4. So by subtracting it, we are changing the signs to cancel this. So this sign will be changed, this sign will be changed, and this sign will be changed. So what do we get? We get this one that this will be y, because y minus 0 is y. This is cancelled, this is cancelled. So we get this one is minus x, so is equals to minus x, plus 12 minus 4 is plus 8. Now this is the line. So first of all, we have to draw this line. Y is equals to minus x plus 8. It means if I put 0 in place of y, to draw this line, I'm going to draw the line. So first I'm going to put y x 0, so it will be y is equals to 8. So first coordinate will be 0, 8. Another coordinate I'm going to put 1 here, so it will be minus 1 plus 8, which means y is equals to 7. So for 1, it's 7. So I'm going to plot this 0, 8 and 1, 7. So 0, 8 is this one, and 1, 7 is this one. So I'm going to draw the line. Again, the line will be this way. And from this line, it's actually cutting at 3 points. So the graph for this one is cutting. Let me check with the help of my drawing line, and I can check. Again, I did it without, using ruler. You have to use it a proper ruler, and you can see what values you get. So this one I get, it's almost 0.6 here for this one. This one is positive 1 and this is positive 3. So I can see what are the answers given here. In this place, they have given us the line is completely fine. And they have given us the line minus 0.9 to minus 0.7. So see, we had got minus 0.6, this line, then positive 1 and then positive 3. So the values they have given us from 1 to 1.6, 1.4 to 1.6, and from 3.2 to 3.5. So almost these values are, if you carry on with the proper graph, it will be, all the values will be equal. So you may write all the values there. So the values we can write are minus 0.6. The values might be, because according to your graph, if it's a proper graph, you can get the value as 1.3, or here you can write the value as 3.5. Now expand and simplify. So let's expand it, and we will get 3 ones are 3. So 3 times 4, 3 fours are 12, square root 2, plus 1, square root 2, plus 4 ones are 4, and square root 2 will be multiplied with square root 2. So it's 2 square inside, because square root 2 and square root 2 means that 2 and 2 are multiplied inside. So we get 3. Now this square root 2 and square root 2 will be simplified together. So we are going to add this 12 and 1. So 12 plus 1 is 13, square root 2 plus this 4 and this 2 because 4 2s are, so it's going to be here because the square and square root are cancelled. So we get 3 plus 13 square root 2 plus 4 2s are, 4 2s are 8. So it will be 4 2s are 8. So 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 13 square root 2. So the final answer will be 11 plus 3 square root. Next question is rationalize the denominator. So we know that for rationalizing the denominator, first of all, we have to multiply. If it is 1 plus square root 7, we are going to multiply it with 1 minus square root 7 over 1 minus square root 7. So we're going to multiply this, we get 1 minus square root 7. And over here, it's 1 square, a square minus b square. Because we know that if it is a plus b and if it is a minus b, they both are multiplied to get a square minus b square. So it's 1 square minus square root 7 whole square. So it will be 1 minus square root 7 over 1 minus, because the square and square root is cancelled, so it's 7. So we get 1 minus square root 7 over minus 6. And this minus 6 will move to the up whole expression. So it will change the sign. So it will be minus 1 plus 7 square root by 6. This will be the final answer. Moving on to the next question. This is question number 17. Here we have to calculate the PR. They both are similar triangles. So we know that we are going to take the similarity. So the similarity will be AB is similar to the side PQ. So we're going to write AB over PQ, which is equals to, now this one. We know that AC and PR, they are similar. So we are going to write AC over PR because we are going to calculate PR. So for this, we are going to write 6 over 9 is equals to AC, which is 7 over PR. So here we have, now we're going to take a cross multiplication. So 6 times PR is equals to 7 times 9, which is 63. 6 times PR. So PR is equals to 63 divided by 6. We can simplify it with 3. 3 2s are 6. 3 21s are. So we get 21 by 2, which is 10.5 times centimeter. 10.5 centimeter. Moving on to this one, the area of the triangle ABC is 16, and we have to calculate the area of the other triangle PQ. We know that we can take the corresponding sides. This is the formula. If we want to know area of the triangle, this triangle has an area. This one is 16 centimeters square given. So we can write that area of the triangle ABC is equal over area of the triangle PQR. Triangle PQR should be equals to the sides, the corresponding sides we can say. So we can take any corresponding side. So it's given already 6 and 9. So I'm going to take AB and PQ. So AB square over PQ square. So area of the triangle, this is given 16. This is not given. So I'm writing triangle PQR area, which is equals to AB is given 6 square over PQ is given 9 square, which is 81 and 36. So we are going to replace that. So it will be 16 over X is equals to 36 over 81. So take the cross multiplication. So it will be 16 multiplied by 81 by 36 is equals to X. Let's simplify it because we are doing it without calculator. So we can do it. 3 12s are 36. 3 27s are. Then 3 4s are 12. And 3 9s are 27. 4 1s are 4. 4 4s are 16. So 4 9s are 36. So we get as 4 9s are 36 centimeters square. This is the area for the bigger triangle. Now another question is that the diagram shows the solid cylinder in the solid hemisphere. The radius of the cylinder is equals to the radius of the hemisphere. And the volume of the cylinder is equals to the volume of the hemisphere. Now the height of the cylinder is given as 6 centimeters. Now these are the conditions. Radius of the cylinder, it means that this radius is equals to the radius of the hemisphere. These radiuses are equal. And the volume of the cylinder is also equals to the volume of the hemisphere. So we know that the formula, and we have to give the answer in terms of pi because it's paper 1. So we will be writing that volume of the cylinder, because this is the condition, volume of cylinder. It is equals to the volume of the hemisphere. This is the condition, volume of hemisphere. And the formulas we are going to write in the beginning of the question also. It's given the formula also. So we're going to write volume of the cylinder formula is pi r square h, and the volume of the hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube. First of all, what we can do, we can write here, this will be as, okay. Now this is, now the height of, this height is given 6 centimeter. This is given, so I'm going to put pi, r is same, so it's going to be 6 is equals to 2 by 3 pi r cube. Now pi and pi can be cancelled, r square will be cancelled with r, so r is equals to 6 times 3 by 2, because this 2 by 3 will go to the other side, so 2 3s are 6 and 3 3s are 9. So the radius is equals to 9. Okay. Now what we had to calculate, we had to actually calculate the surface area of the hemisphere. This is just the radius. Now using this radius, we're going to calculate the surface area of the hemisphere. Now surface area of the hemisphere, because we are finding the total surface area of the hemisphere. So we will be writing total TSA of hemisphere is equals to, we know that this is 3 pi r square. So it will be 3, and we are not using the value of pi, so it will be r is 9. So it will be 3 pi 81. So we are going to multiply 3 with 81. So it's 243 pi. So we will write 243 pi centimeter square. Moving on to question number 19, where it's written evaluate 16 by power 3 minus 3 by 4. So first of all, we have to prove the power positive, which is positive 3 by 4. At this point of time, we are going to take the prime factorization of 16, which is 2 times 8, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, and 2 1s are. So 2 power 4. So it will be 1 over 8. We have to write this. Here we are going to write 2 power 4, and the power is 3 by 4. This 4 and 4 will be cancelled. So at this point of time, it is 1 over 2 cube, which is 1 over 8. So the answer is 1 by 8. Now we are going to write, this question is now 9 square. 9 square. So because we have to write them as a power of 3. So first we are going to write this as over here, it's going to be 1 by 3 power 1 by 2. And here it's going to be 9 square. Now for 9, we are going to replace this. I'm going to directly replace this here by using the prime factorization of 9, which is 3. So I'm going to write 3 square, and over here it's square. So totally it will be 3 power 4. And here we have 3 power 1 by 2. So because they're divided, so we are going to subtract the power. So 4 minus 1 by 2. So 3 power 4 minus 1 by 2, it means that we are going to multiply it with 2, over multiply with 2. 4 2s are 8, so it will be 3 power 8 minus 1 by 2, which is 3 power 7 by 2. So let's quickly check our answer. We can tally our answer. And yes, it is 3 power 7 by 2. Okay. Moving on to this one. This is a question of the function. Here we have to calculate the inverse function. Okay. So the inverse function is f of x is given as this one. So f of x is ax plus 3. We know that f of x is equals to y. So we can write y is equals to ax plus 3. Here we are going to take the x as the subject of the formula. So we will write y minus 3 is equals to ax. So x is equals to y minus 3 by a, where x is equals to f inverse of y. So it means that we are going to write, in place of x, we are going to write f inverse of y is equals to y minus 3 by a. And then if f inverse of y is this one, so f inverse of x will be x minus 3 by a. So we're going to replace x minus 3 by a. Now g of f of x is given this one. We have to calculate the values of this one. G of f of x. First, we are going to see what is G of x. So first, I'm going to write it here. So the G of x is given as x plus b whole square, and G of f of x. So it means that if I'm going to write G of f of x, which is this one, 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. So G of f of x means that for G of x is this one, and for f of x, let's see what was f of x. So the f of x is ax. So I'm going to write G of ax plus 3 will be equals to 9x squared plus 24x plus 16 over here. So I'm going to replace this G of x with this ax plus 3. Now G of x is given as x plus b whole square. So for in place of x, we are going to write ax plus 3. So I'm going to write here ax plus 3 plus b whole square, which is equals to 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. Okay, here we have to go for the comparison. Before that, if I look at it, it's actually ax plus 3 plus b. It's a very big value. So I know that here, what we can do here without using that, I can just take, that this could be taken as this 24x, this is 9. So this is very simple. If I open it up, but if I open it up, I have to actually go for, I can write this is going to be, let me just quickly, the value of this a plus, because there are three values, so I'm going to take a plus b plus c whole square. This is equals to, since a plus b is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Similarly, a plus b plus c whole square is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So we are going to use this. For that, I'm going to open it up like this, and it will be a square x square, because ax whole square plus 3 whole square plus b whole square plus 2 into ab. A is ax and b is 3. Then we're going to write plus 2bc. So 2 times b, which is 3, and b is, this is 2 times b, and this is c is b. Then we have to write 2ca. So 2 times c, which is b, plus c, which is c, and a is ax. And over here, this is 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. Still, I'm going to open it up. It's a square x square, because we have to compare the coefficients. So it will be plus 9 plus b square plus 2 3s are 6ax plus 2 3s are 6b plus 2abx is equals to 9x squared plus 24x plus 16. Now point here is, first we have to see that what is x square. X square has only this a square, right? So a square and 9, they are both will be equal. So if I'm going to compare this, so as we know this a square and 9, so I will be writing a square is equals to 9. For this, we are going to take, so a is equals to 3. So we get a as 3. Now look at the x, because here it's only x, and we have x as 6a and 2ab, both of them. So what we are going to replace with, I am writing, again, for the comparison, I'm going to write, let me write here, 6a and plus 2ab. 6a plus 2ab should be equals to 24. So for this, we can do what? Because we have already gotten the value as a, which is 3. So I'm going to replace 3. So 6 times 3 plus 2 times 3b is equals to 24. So here 6 3s are 18 plus 2 3s are 6b equals to 24. So 6b is equals to 24 minus 18. I'm just erasing this side because I need that space actually. So I'm going to write here 6b is equals to 24 minus 18, which is 6. And this will be b is equals to 6 divided by 6, which is 1. So b is 1 and a is 3. So this is the done question. Now look at 21 question. 21 question says, that OPQR is a parallelogram. OP is A. This is given A. OR is 2B. M is the midpoint over here, and N is the point, so that PN ratio NQ is 1:3. So suppose if this is 2B, definitely this is 2B. So this will be equal to, if I have to write, actually 1 plus 3 is totally 4. So it will be 1/4 of 2B. Let me put it here. Since it is 1:3, so this Pn, in that place we can write this Pn will be equals to 1/4 of 2B, which is equals to 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so it's B/2. And if I talk about NQ, NQ is equals to 3/4 of 2B, so that's equal to, or 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so it's 3/2B. So it's 1/2B and 3/2B. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to find out the value of MQ. MQ. We know that MQ is the half of, because if OP is A, so obviously RQ is A, and we have to find MQ. So MQ means that we have to go in the same direction. So this will be equal to, so MQ. So it will be the half of 1/2 of, because this is A, so it's going to be 1/2 of A. So MQ is simply 1/2 of A. Now we have to find out the value of NM. NM. So this value basically we have to calculate. NM will be NQ plus QM. NM will be NQ. NM will be equals to NQ plus QM. Okay. Now NQ, we have already calculated NQ. So I'm going to write NQ as 3/2B plus QM. So what is QM? QM is going to be, because it's minus side, minus of A/2. Why? Because in this direction it was A. So in the opposite direction it will be minus A/2. So it will be minus of A/2. So if we simplify it, it will be 3B minus A/2. So we can write it's 3B minus A/2. Now line OP is extended to point X. OP. Okay, OP is extended to X. MNX is a straight line, and we have to calculate the position vector. So line OP is extended this much that it's going to be here at point X. And we have to find that MNX is a straight line, so we have to find the position vector of X. So it means we have to find OX. Basically, we are going to find OX. So OX, and they say that it's extended in such a way that it's going to be a straight line. Okay, so here, and they said MNX this way. It's going to be a straight line. Although I did not make it a proper straight line, you have to make a proper straight line so that this is going to be a straight line. Okay, so the position vector of OX, we have to calculate OX. Okay, so for OX, what we can find out? For OX, we have, okay, so here we have the values as, what we have to do? We know that there are two triangles. Basically, there is no other way to find it out. So we can see that this EXN is a triangle and this NMQ is a triangle. So first of all, we have to write that this PXN, yeah, XPN is a similar triangle to MQ. This should be known, right? Okay, for the similarity, what we can do here, we know that we can find out that this PX, it will be similar to, okay, so this will be similar to this QM, and this is going to be, and also we can take any other two sides. So this PN will be similar to, then this side is similar to this side. So we can take this. So I'm going to write here first to find the position vector. First, we are going to write, since they are similar, so we will write px over, we can write it's px over qm, because this is similar. Px and qm are similar, so I'm writing px over qm is equals to, now this one, Pn and Nq. So I'm going to write Pn is equals to Pn and Nq. So Px is not known. Px over Qm, which is 1 by 2a, is equals to Pn, which is 1 by 2b over Nq, which is 3 by 2b. We have already found it. So this 2 and 2, b and b are cancelled. At this point of time, we will be writing this will be px is equals to, so we got only this over 1 by 2a is equals to 1 by 3 here. So what we are going to write, this we will be shifting it to the other side. So px is equals to 1 by 3 times 1 by 2a. So it will be equals to 1 by 6a. This a is not here. So we're going to write 1 by 6a. Now this is the px. Now we know that since we have to find the position vector, so ox is equals to, we have to write op plus px. Let me show you here that where is ox? So you can see ox is here. This is ox. Ox is op plus px. So first we have calculated px. That's why OA is simple a. So a plus px. So simply we are going to take a plus OP is a, and this is plus 1 by 6a. So it's going to be 1. We are going to multiply it with 6. So it will be 6a plus 1a by 6, which is 7a by 6. So the final answer is OX, which is the position vector, is 7a by 6. Okay. Now there is a question number 22, and we are left with only these two questions. Okay. So the question number 22 says that Adi and Manha make cards. One day they each work for 4 hours making cards. They take X minutes to make one card, and show that the number of cards she makes in 4 hours is given by 240x. Okay, so she takes 4 hours one day, and she takes X minutes to make one card. So it means that first we have to find out the number of cards. Because we have to find out the number of cards, which should be, of course, she's taking total time, which is show that the number of cards she make in 4 hours is given by this much. So total time should be divided by the time for making per card, like for each card. We can say time for each card. So we know that the total time is given by, like this is already given by, we have to show that the number of cards she made in 4 hours is equals to, okay, so 4 hours. So first of all, we are going to find out, and because it's X minute, so 4 hours means that 4 times 60, and that's 240 minutes. And she's taking X minutes for one card, so we will write 240 minutes is the total time. And one card is for X, so it will be 240 by X. Okay. Now she says that Maha takes 2 minutes less than Eddie to make one card. 2 minutes less than means that Eddie has a time. Eddie has 240 by X. So if we are talking about Maha, definitely she is taking less time, 2 minutes less time. So we will write 240 and X minus 2, because this is for one card she's taking. And now they make a total of 70 cards in 40 hours. So we are going to add them. So we will be writing 240 by X plus 240 by X minus 2 equals to, basically they are making total 70 cards. So we are just going to take the LCM as X and X minus 2. So here 240 times X minus 2 plus 240X is equals to 70. Let's quickly find it out. So I'm going to use 240X minus 240 times 2 is 480 plus 240X is equals to 70 times x square minus 2x. So here, because this x and x minus 2 goes to the other side, it's multiplied. So 240 plus 240 is 480x minus 480 is equals to 70x square minus 7 2s are 14. So it's 140x. At this point of time, we are going to shift everything on the other side. So it will be 70x square minus 140x minus 480x plus 480 equals to 0. And now we are going to simplify this. So it will be 70x square minus 140 and minus 480. So I'm going to add 480 and 140. So it's 8 plus 4, 12, 5 plus 1, 6. So it's 620. So minus 620 x plus 480 equals to 0. Let's simplify it and let's see that with which number we can simplify it. So we can directly simplify it with 10. So 10 sevens are 70. So it's 7 minus 10 62s are. So it's 62x plus 48 equals to 0. We cannot further simplify it. So let's see if it is the equation. Yes, it's 7x squared minus 62x plus 48 is equals to 0. Now they say that solve this by factorization. So we have to solve the same equation by factorization. So we know first of all, we have to multiply 7 with 48. So I'm multiplying it. 7 8s are 56. 7 4s are 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33. So it's 336. Now for this 336, we have to actually find out. We have to find out the, sorry. We have to find for 336, 1 times 336. Okay. 2 times, if we look at 2 times, so let's quickly see, we have a lot of factors for this one because we know that, of course, 336 times 2. So let's divide 336 by 2. And 2 1s are 2. So 2 6s are 12. And 2 8s are 16. So it's 168s are. Then we have to check with the different factors. So if you look at the factors of 3, so I'm going to see that 336 divided by 3 is 112. 3 into 112. If you look at 336 divided by 4, we get 84. So 4 times 84. Then we have to see the other factors. So let me check the other factors also quickly and all the other factors, but keep on finding the factors with the help of, rougher column. Do not use calculator for this. Now let's check this. 6 times 56 is also 336. Now this is the factor. If I add them, I get 62. So because rest of the factors are not being able to add or subtract and make 62, so I'm adding. So I'm writing 7x squared minus 6x minus 56x, or maybe I can write, it would be more simple if I use this way, minus 56x minus 6x plus 48 equals to 0. So 7x will be taken common and x minus 8 minus, because of this minus sign, this will be changed. So if I take 6 common, it will be 6, 8s are 48, and the sign of inner plus sign will be changed. So here we have x minus 8, 7x minus 6, and this is how. First we have to solve, because now what we have to do here, I'm using this much, this portion of my, again, because we have to actually use, I'm just writing one of the factor and rest of the factors I rub, because 336, so I will use 6 times 56. Only I'm using this factor, and rest I'm writing here that x minus 8 equals to 0. So from this I get x is equals to 8, and also 7x minus 6 is equals to 0. So from this I get x is equals to 6 by 7. So it's 8 and 6 by 7. Okay, now they say the last one is work out the Maha, work out the number of cards in 1 hour. So first we know that the number of cards for Maha were 6. 60 by in 1 hour. So the total time is 60, x minus 2. So we know that the number of cards is because we are taking the value. If we take the value of x as 6 by 7, it would be difficult for us because it would not be bigger than 2. So we'll be taking this one. So it will be 60 by 8 minus 2. So which is 60 by 6. And 6 tens are 60. So 10 number of cards. Okay. Now this question number